Ladies and genitals, it is time. We are back. More MrBeast drama, Mr. Breast time. So, Rosanna Pansino, chief in charge of hating on MrBeast, professional MrBeast hater 42069 over here, dropped the video of the real MrBeast leaked document. So, MrBeast had a document that he gave to all of his employees, and one of his employees actually leaked the full document. This is crazy, but apparently, the entire insider document of MrBeast's team on how he promotes activities and his hiring practices and the way he treats his employees and what his employees have to do is all in this document. It's just been leaked. Let's see what this is all about. As you know, I am a professional, chaotic, neutral mad lad. I sit on the sidelines and I roast and on who needs to be roasted and upon. So, let's see if this is real. There have been a lot more allegations coming out against MrBeast that have just been kind of nothing burgers jumping on the hate train. And as a professional hate train rider myself, let's see what it's all about.
Hey guys, so
Hi.
I'm sure most of you have seen that there's been a lot of news coming out about MrBeast.
I haven't. I haven't even made a single video about MrBeast.
Jimmy Donaldson. Some of his employees and his, in my opinion, terrible business practices. Some of
I love how she says, in my opinion. In my opinion! You can't sue me for an opinion.
which I've seen honestly may be illegal. There are a lot of really good videos about
She is really skirting that fucking defamation lawsuit. Holy shit!
this topic that have been
She's a pirouetting around her defamation lawsuit.
coming out in the last few days on YouTube, so I highly encourage everyone to go and watch some of them. Also,
Yeah, that she's talking about all of my videos. Go watch all of my MrBeast videos. Yeah, I recently recorded the MrBeast Squilliam theory.
I have some more updates and stories from the Beast games, which I will continue to talk about. They are filming the beginning of part 2 of that series in just a few days, and I am still very concerned about the contestants' well-being. So if you're
Dude, the fuck, I can't believe they're just going through with the show. They're literally just going this show like nothing happened. Oh my god. Bro, they're literally proceeding with this after everything that's come out. For those of you that are unaware, MrBeast, here, let me give you the lore dive on what's been going on at Beast Headquarters Incorporated, okay? Let me give you the lore dive. So, I've been keeping track of all the lore with the description of my YouTube videos. So apparently it all began when Chris Tyson got exposed. Then MrBeast got into drama. Then a MrBeast former employee called him a fraud. Then MrBeast team did the worst damage control ever with bad responses and lawsuits. Then MrBeast charity, Team C's, got exposed by Dogpack 404. Then MrBeast released Survive 100 Days Nuclear Bunker with $500,000 and deleted the negative comments. Then Ludwig and Oompaville interviewed Dogpack. Then MrBeast deleted comments of 8 and edited 83 of his old videos. Then Dogpack released his interview with Jake Weddle with the war crime accusations. Then the YouTube lawyers got involved. Then Ludwig's superior personality, Mogul Male, finally talked about MrBeast. Then the Fire Nation attacked. So that's that. Now you're all up to speed. Now you know exactly what's been going on. Apparently, the moral of the story is if you have to read the fine print of the Geneva Convention to make sure that you're not actually violating war crimes, you're probably not doing something correct.
competing in the Beast games, please be aware of what's going on around you. The rumors...
Bro, everyone competing in the Beast games knows what's going on. Okay, so the allegations in the Beast games is they don't give them food! That's one of the allegations. So everyone that's in the Beast game knows exactly what's going on.
I'm hearing is that they're still essentially hiring almost all new people to work on the set of Beast games, which if you ask me is not enough time to adequately prepare everything safely for the next phase.
Safely? Safely? Ha! That's adorable! Lock her in solitary confinement. That was a joke, that was a joke, that was a joke. MrBeast would never do that to somebody.
Which brings me to why I'm making this particular video. A very concerning document was sent to me who says that this is an internal employee manual written by MrBeast Jimmy himself. I can
Mr. Jimothy Breast himself?
confirm the legitimacy.
I'm just saying, Jimmy Donaldson, that's not a real name. Jimmy Donaldson is the kind of name I would come up with if I was an AI. If, like, I would go to an AI and I would say, come up with a name for generic white guy, I would say Jimmy Donaldson. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
See if this
He has not disproved the Terminator allegations yet.
document with 2 former MrBeast employees. I think that this gives you a little insight to the type of person Jimmy really is. He lays out what he expects from his employees in great detail.
Okay.
To me, the mask has begun to slip.
begun to slip. Bro, his skin is peeling off to reveal a metallic exoskeleton, okay?
And it truly is a small look into the mind of the beast. One last thing that I'd like to point out is that this is a document that Jimmy expected people to read.
Oh, that's rough. That's so rough.
I had to guess, I'd say he's even having to filter himself in this document.
Yikes.
Eesh.
Oh, God!
The full text.
Wait, is it actually that bad? Holy shit.
On my Twitter, and I highly recommend you download it and take a look for yourself.
All right.
It's long. It's
That's
36
long.
pages. We'd be here for 10 hours if I tried to read the entire thing because I'm a slow reader.
Today's challenge, I get 15 illiterate employees to read my 36-page manual.
So I'll just be reading
Definitely subscribe to me, Lord Nuxanor, for raunchy comedy.
some of the more concerning
Today, we're putting 50 priests and 50 kindergartners in a circle. Okay, you know, honestly, let's just keep the video going.
parts. Okay. The title of this document is How to Succeed in MrBeast Production.
All right, so far, so good. Literally, so far, so good.
To start on page 4, a section he titles, I only
Page 17 will shock you.
want A players. As
The fuck does that mean? I only want A players?
I type this, I realize it may not be the wisest to categorize everyone into 3 buckets.
Today, we're eliminating racism and starting a new system to hate people based on their looks. Wait, are you serious? He's categorizing people into 3 buckets?
But this is how I believe we should look at everyone a part of the production team. So basically, he already knows what he's about to say is inappropriate, but he can't help himself from doing it.
Listen, sometimes someone's gotta tell you something you don't want to hear, okay? Every once in a while, someone will tell you something you don't want to hear. Listen, I'm telling this to you. Get off your ass and work your ass off. Now, I wasn't pretty, but I had to say it.
And saying it. You're either an A player, B player, or C player.
What the fuck is he doing? What is he making up this random fucking system? What the fuck? Racism was too based on visuals before, so we're changing this to base it on personality.
There is only
Just personality racism.
room at this company for A players.
Oh.
A players are obsessive, learn from mistakes, coachable, intelligent, don't make excuses.
Don't make excuses! Mr. Breast, what are you talking about?
Believe
Nice. Mr. Breast isn't an A player. Well, he is obsessive.
in YouTube, see the value of this company, and are the best in the goddamn world at their job.
I don't know. I'm just saying, MrBeast's 3-bucket system is just astrology for men.
B players are new people.
Oh, you have mental health problems because we locked you in solitary confinement in a room with that doesn't turn the lights off, and also the ice cream machine stinks, and also the water filtration is broken, so that that bathtub also stinks. Oh. Don't make excuses. Believe in YouTube. You are intelligent and obsessive and coachable. You are an A player. We are going to lock you in for longer time for complaining.
People that need to be trained into A players, and C players are just average employees.
The fuck? What does that even mean? A C player walks in, they put a mop in his hand, they say, go clean the toilet. I don't care if you're a doctor, you're average.
They don't suck, but they aren't exceptional.
He spelled aren't wrong. Ain't no way. He's talking about being excessive and stuff, and he spelled aren't wrong. All right, bro.
At what they do. Okay. As he's saying, they don't suck, but they aren't exceptional, he misspells aren't.
Yes!
The hypocrisy.
That's beautiful.
Let's move
All right, that's not the biggest criticism. That's just sad and pathetic.
on. They just exist. Do whatever and get a paycheck.
Bro, this is... I mean, listen. On the one hand, you obviously want to hire employees. Okay, I'm going to do devil's advocate here, all right? Devil's advocate, or we could call it the Beast's advocate. Oh, shit, that's funny, because the Beast is like the devil. All right, whatever, you don't care. The point is, devil's advocate, everyone wants what he's calling A players as your employees. Obviously, you want your employees to be obsessive, learn from mistakes, they want them to be coachable, you want them to be intelligent, you want them not to make excuses, you want them to believe in YouTube, you want them to see the value of the company. You want them to be the best in the goddamn world at their job. But why the fuck are you making these arbitrary rating systems? You can hire or fire whoever the hell you want. You don't need to make people feel like pieces of shit and just meet on a fucking board. Unless that's how you see them, question mark?
Aren't obsessive, aren't spelled wrong again. C players are poisonous.
Are you a C player? Do you work only for income and not because you love it? Remove them from the gene pool. Execute their progeny. They should not breed.
And should be transitioned to a different company immediately.
What the fuck does that mean? It's like, if they fail at Beast Games, they go work in an Amazon sweatshop. There is nowhere in between.
All caps.
Nice.
It's okay. We give everyone severance, so they'll be fine.
That's fucking scary. Who the fuck writes like that? Holy shit.
I don't even.
Yeah, there's 3 types of people. There's A players, the people that know what they're doing. B players, the people that they could groom. Hopefully not literally. And then there's the C players. Fucking send them to the Chinese sweatshops.
I don't even know where to begin with this.
Don't begin. I got you.
Because he essentially is putting everyone into a system, and he definitely plays favorites at his
Bro, this is actually the caste system of like India.
Company. Anyone he considers an A person, those are his close friends who behave exactly the way he wants to behave. And then,
well, not necessarily. Everyone that works with people wants to hire employees that are obsessive and good at their jobs and inspired and all that shit. Obviously, that's what everybody wants. He's not necessarily looking for someone exactly like him. That said, this framework is garbage.
And everyone else is treated less than. And if you're just a hardworking, everyday person who goes to your job on time, does your job, stays the full hours, gives it your all, and then goes home and has a normal life, like a work balance life.
Nah, fired, transitioned to another company. Send them to the Amazon sweatshops.
That's healthy. That is considered a C player.
Yes.
That is considered unacceptable.
I mean, that's not what he wants to hire. He is ultimately the employer. He's allowed to hire whoever he wants. I think the whole weird caste system shit is weird, okay? The whole framing idea, the whole idea of putting people in boxes and basically treating them based on their fucking... That's weird. I'm not gonna lie. But he's allowed to hire whoever he wants.
In his eyes. That is considered poisonous in his eyes.
Okay, poisonous is a fucking... Do you work a 9 to 5, come on time, leave on time, just there to make your money? You are toxic! You are poison!
And
I wouldn't put you in the Gotham City water supply.
Anyone who has a healthy work-life balance relationship is poisonous.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
That's why MrBeast broke up with his girlfriend, because he was too obsessive with work. Apparently, that's the story they say.
On to page 17, own your mistakes.
He has a whole page on own your mistakes? Bro, every time he gets criticized, he sends out the freaking cease and desists. Own your mistakes is... I told you can't... Didn't I say can't wait until page 17? Didn't I literally say that earlier in this video?
Yes. All right, moving on. On to page 17.
Oh my god, I literally said you won't believe what's on page 17. Like earlier in this reaction. God damn, hell yeah. You can say pre-watched if you want. I take it as a compliment at this point. But god damn.
Own your mistakes. This coming from Jimmy, someone who has never owned his mistakes.
What do you mean? He definitely owned his mistakes when he edited 83 of his old videos to make sure he took out content that could be used against him, and when he deleted the 5-hour stream where he conducted alleged illegal lotteries, and when he sent cease and desist letters to try to shut up his critics. He definitely owned his mistakes. Not in the way one would expect, but he did.
Never taken accountability and...
Accountability? Of course he did. He even deleted all the incriminating evidence. That's taking accountability. I can't do this with a straight face.
Never apologize for any of his poor behavior. He pays someone, a PR team, a spokesperson, and now a crisis management team to speak on his behalf. He
Oh, loud.
never apologizes or takes accountability for anything. This is so hard for me to read because the hypocrisy is so strong.
On the contrary, that makes it so much easier to read. Can you imagine if this would just be boring? Hey guys, I think you should come on time to work and you should work hard. We should all treat each other with respect. That would be boring. I want to see the flames. Show me the chaos.
I hate excuses and despise with my entire soul when people just try to save face instead of learn from how they've messed up.
Bro literally freaking... Are you joking? This is insane. I can't believe what's actually going on here. The actual hypocrisy. I hate when people try to save face instead of learning how they messed up. Which is why I'm gonna just hope that Jake Weddle never sues me for locking him in a room for 11 days. Yeah, alright.
Mistakes are okay.
Sometimes silence is just goated commentary.
Hey, genuinely.
True,
they are. And
I love mistakes, which is why I locked my best friend in solitary confinement for 11 days. Turns out, wasn't good for the mental.
I expect you to make a lot. That's perfectly fine. Every veteran here has cost me $1 million at one point or another.
What
and you can go
frick?
ask them yourselves if I've ever held it over their heads.
You are literally, like, holding it over their heads right now by saying that you didn't hold it over their heads yet.
I'm sure you never hold it over their heads.
So
I'm sure you never bring it up again.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. In the Jake Weddle video, when he did that interview, they asked him, why didn't he just leave earlier? He was in the solitary confinement with the fucking smell and shit of the fridge and the ice cream machine and all that crap, right? And they asked him, well, if it was so bad in solitary confinement, why didn't you just leave? And Jake Weddle said, because people kept telling him, it cost us so much to make this set. It was so expensive. It cost us a lot. Money. It's because of you that we would be losing all this money that we put into this set. Wasn't that the argument that kept Jake Weddle in the fucking cage? That is holding money over someone's head, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? To a T, that is holding money over someone's head. Holy crap. Bro got caught in 4K.
You don't mention it again. You don't write it in an employee handbook. And now that Jimmy's brought it up, I just want to ask the question, are there any veterans out there who have worked for Jimmy where you feel like...
This is actually like the whole YouTube community coming together, trying to find any of MrBeast's 4 billion secret employees around the world to get them to fucking flip on him. But they're all scared because they're all going to get sued. Like, what is this world?
He has held things over your head? Let me know.
Jake Weddle, I just gave you an example. He actually explained it.
No, my DMs are open. The reason I'm okay with f***ups is because I know that's how you learn. I see it as me investing and you...
You see, after we locked Jake Weddle in a room, in a cage in solitary confinement for 11 days, after we've done that, we've learned. And the next time, we did turn the lights off for people. We might have committed war crimes once, but the second time, we committed war crimes ethically. Oh my God.
You and your brain. Parentheses, hence why I have 0 tolerance for C players and they must go immediately.
Holy shit, he does not like C players.
Those fuck-ups could be done by an A player that will retain the information learned.
Didn't he just say, I will not treat my employees equally? He has in the actual guidebook saying, I am letting you know, I will not treat you evenly. The people I like more are going to have more leeway to fuck up than the people I like less. Some of you will be expendable. So make sure that my penis is well polished at all times. Because you're expendable.
Again, to my point, he plays favorites. If you're one of his favorites, you can fuck up as much as you want and there's no repercussions. But if you're not one of his favorites, if you're not on his good side, you fuck up and you're gone. Yeah. I just beg you that you learn from every mistake and try not...
It's like 4 pages about learning from your mistakes and this guy just fucking silences criticism and deletes evidence? Really?
Not to repeat.
Read your own handbook, brother.
Read it. That's when it gets annoying.
Oh, yeah.
The hypocrisy.
It is so annoying when people repeat their mistakes. You see, Jimmy he only committed war crimes 1 time per war crime. Okay, if you look at the Geneva Convention guidelines and all the war crimes there, each war crime has not been perpetrated more than once. All right, we got to give him respect for what he did. Okay, we got to give him respect. Okay?
Jimmy, you don't even learn from your mistakes.
What do you mean? Jimmy's never made a mistake.
Never, ever, ever once fired someone on the spot for messing up. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Own shit so we can address how to fix it and then move on.
I don't believe this because there is a clip with MrBeast and... God, what's his name? MrBeast and Tommy in it where he made him taste a burger. And after he tasted the burger, MrBeast, and said that it's a 6.5 out of 10, MrBeast said, I am never collabing with you again. Like, it just it rolled off the tongue the way he said that. I highly doubt he never fired anyone.
I like that he's boosting about how much self-control he has, that he's never, ever fired someone on the spot for making a mistake.
I don't fire people when they make mistakes. I just lock them in solitary confinement for 100 days.
What a great guy. And I have confirmation that instead, he has his mom fire them the next day.
No! What a fucking pussy. Wait, I don't fire anybody ever on the spot. Turns around, makes a phone call. Mommy, please fire him immediately.
Self-control. Page 18. Nothing comes before your priorities. When you're being assigned tasks, you should have what I call a prio list.
All right.
If Ali says your prios are to...
All right.
1. Get a Lamborghini under 200K.
All right.
2. Get it wrapped in anime characters.
Okay.
3. Make a custom steering wheel.
Okay.
Then nothing on this freaking planet is allowed to come between you and getting those priorities done.
What?
If the other team asks for your help and you spend 2 days helping them and fall behind on getting your Lamborghini secured, that's your fault.
Okay.
If the studio is burning down and you stop working to put out the fire and don't get the Lamborghini, that's your fault. Parentheses, jokes, ha ha ha.
Oh, what the fuck? What the sociopathic fuck am I looking at? If your mom is dying, get the Lamborghini. If your wife is having a baby, get the Lamborghini. These 3 lists are your priorities. What the if I told you, lock the man in solitary, and he didn't sign yet, that's your fault.
But seriously, don't let anything come before your prios.
Okay, I get that the point of that was emphasis. Like, for the sake of emphasis, he wanted to say it's important when you have priorities to do your priorities. But holy shit, bro. This place actually sounds like a nightmare. This is like the 10th circle of hell in Dante's Inferno. Like, it actually seems like a complete and utter nightmare. I give you your priorities, and if you do anything before these priorities, that's on you.
I'm just gonna read that again.
And also, why would someone even want to be an A player at MrBeast's company? Like, okay, you have an A player, MrBeast's top guy. You get nothing from doing this. He doesn't even pay you a wonderful fee. It's like your name is not on any videos, right? You have no credit anywhere. You have no fucking CV anywhere. You literally have nothing lasts from this job. You can't even get credit for what you've done. Like, this is crazy.
For anyone who is missing this, if the studio is burning down and you stop working to put out the fire and you don't get the Lamborghini, that's your fault.
All right, well, he did say jokes, haha. So, like, I mean, like...
That's wrong.
No, yes, that's why he said jokes, haha. Yeah, it's still fucking awful. But, like, what?
This is psychotic.
Yeah, it's like when people make the fucking jokes, like, like, one of the most annoying jokes that that people do right now on the internet is, like, the I'm a pedophile jokes. Like, those are not funny. Don't make those jokes.
This is dangerous. He's literally saying that the company culture is, if the studio with employees is burning down, you
don't need to say it 3 times. He said jokes, haha. I mean, to be fair, I repeat myself all the time. So honestly, say it a few more times.
Should not go help and save their lives.
Right.
You should go wrap that car with anime characters.
But yeah, that's because those people are just C-class people, and C-class people do not have the same human rights as A-class people. We've been over this. Stay on topic. We're talking about C-class. C-class. We feed them to our SCPs.
That is the #1 priority. This way of thinking is psychotic. This is dangerous. It is absolutely unacceptable.
I completely disagree. Sometimes the filth needs to be removed from this planet. We need to cure this rotten world. C-class people are a disease, a blight. Okay, I'm obviously joking. Oh God, but oh shit. Okay, all right.
Which rolls us right into
bring out the Homelander music.
Page 19. No does not mean no.
Oh yeah, this one we know. This one we saw in the fucking dog pack video. First of all, that is the worst play on words of all time. You know, no mean no me is like against sexual assault. This is fucking awful.
For the people out there who are saying, he's not edgy anymore, he's learned, this document is pretty new and references some of his newer videos.
Okay, that's not an argument. I think that I'm all for edgy humor. I like edgy humor, okay? Also, this was purely for internal people. That's not the point. It's just kind of fucked up that he even tries to have a culture around the no does not mean no shit.
He has not learned. This is who he is. So the title No Does Not Mean No is a very obvious reference to essay. Instead of communicating in a professional manner, saying be persistent when you're producing or working, no does not mean no is the company culture of MrBeast. When dealing with
holy shit, Dogpack's third video is gonna fucking destroy the internet.
People outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy,
you see, no does not in fact mean no.
Everything inside, and you call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean
Consent? What's that?
Talk to other employees and see if any are fans, or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss.
Just simply talk to their boss. Check if their kids are fans or slip roofies in their drink. So many options. All ethical, I promise.
Their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team, etc. If all the other avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules.
Yeah, get the random minimum wage employees to bend the rules and risk their livelihood because you annoyed their kids into annoying them to let you do this there. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
This is literally...
At least he's honest about it. Chat, let me explain something to you. This is not him being honest about jack shit. This is a document for his employees, not for the public.
So disgusting, because this is putting everyday working people's jobs at stake. If it's a company policy...
Yeah, but they're C-tier people, so like they're not worth as much. We've been over this, lady. Come on.
Not to film there, and you're pressuring them to do so, they could get in trouble. They could lose their jobs. That's their income. That's their livelihood.
Yeah, but they're C-tier. They're like C-tier people. Like on the tier list, they would be in C. Like, you're still going to defend them? You're really going to defend a C-tier person right now? Oh my god.
And for what? A YouTube?
Dude, we are literally going back to the dark ages. Defending C-tier people? I would feed them to my fucking SCP lizard.
Video? You are not more important than any other person in this world.
Even C-tier people? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being too sarcastic. As the story gets worse and worse, my sarcasm levels get higher and higher. Okay? You have to be aware. You cannot judge me at face value. Okay? I'm an A-tier person. Okay? So I'm always putting... I'm always innovating, okay? You can't... The clip channels are gonna fucking annihilate me on this one. The clip channels are gonna eat me alive. I'm gonna get canceled. By C-tier people. C-tier people are gonna cancel me. God damn it.
Basically, what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no.
Yes.
Don't just stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted.
Did you use the heavy flamers? Did you purge the heretics? No? Well, just push through no.
This is one of the many tools that, when combined dramatically, improve your probability of success when producing here.
Yes.
This is more the Jimmy I know, someone who uses their money, power, and fame to bully other people into positions that they don't feel comfortable with, that they could get in trouble for, they could lose their jobs.
Sounds like every single rich person of all time.
And lose their ability to make income for their family. Next.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, no, it's obviously a crummy culture. The no does not mean no shtick is obviously mega cringe. Like, I'm not, zero sugarcoating, it's mega cringe, and it's definitely taking advantage of people that don't fucking owe you jack shit. And it's definitely an awful culture. Yeah, but then again, they're C-tier people. So, like, do we really need to feel bad for C-tier people?
Next section. Work on multiple videos every day.
All right.
Please do not come in and only work on one video during a workday.
Huh?
That's how you fall
During a workday. If you come in on weekends, then you can only work on one video. But during a workday? No. You need 2 jobs.
behind on future videos and create a nasty cycle that I'm trying to stop.
Yeah.
If you drop everything and go all in on one video for 3 days, then that's 3 days your other videos will fall behind, and eventually you'll have to drop other videos to focus on those videos, and it will snowball into you can't do anything but focus on what's right in front of you because you've murdered any lead time you had.
That is the most run-on sentence I've ever heard in my life. That was one sentence. Bro. That was one sentence. You murdered your time, bro. You murdered your grammar, Mr. Breast. Holy crap. Oh my god. No, but like, it depends what the job is. Like, I know what she's gonna say. No, you should only be working on one video at a time. But like, that's... Okay, let's first hear her criticism. Ultimately, I don't think this is a bad thing. It just depends on... Look, if you're hiring someone to work for 9 hours a day, okay? If you're hiring someone to work for 9 hours a day, you could divide their time on whatever you want. You say, okay, you have these 9 hours. Spend 3 hours on 3 videos. That's definitely fine, right? Like, you could definitely do that. If that's the deal you make with your employee, sure. It's obviously phrased really stupidly. Because if you drop everything and go in on one video for 3 days, then in 3 days the other videos will fall behind, and eventually you'll drop into a videos to focus on those videos that will snowball until you can't do anything but focus on the murdered at a time.
If you ever only work on one video during the day, you failed as a MrBeast employee that day. Wow, what a fun boss.
Yeah, fun boss is questionable. All right, listen. The proofreader was in solitary confinement when this came out. So, in his defense, he didn't put his best foot forward here.
Jimmy, this just sounds like people are overworked and you're hiring people who are drowning in work. I think there are some circumstances where you should be just focusing on one thing a day, like safety, having a safety director where that's all they do.
Again, I feel like we're going in circles here. Safety? Why do we care about that? They signed an NDA. They signed an NDA. We don't need safety anymore. We're fine.
That's their job.
As long as they don't leave the videos looking like Two-Face, we'll be good.
That's how professional sets are ran. All right, so here's a section with a bunch of random Jimmy thoughts. It's called Random Things You Should Know.
Let's
Page
go.
23. Let's read a few of them. Do not leave contestants waiting in the sun.
Do not leave contestants waiting in the sun. Are any constituents waiting? I don't want any constituents out there. Keep the constituents happy, ladies and gentlemen.
Parentheses, ideally waiting in general for more than 3 hours.
Like, what? I don't even believe this. You know where they're filming right now. They're filming out of Vegas. It's 40 degrees. You want to keep them in, what's it like, you don't leave the circle type shit? It's like, oh, if you exit the red circle, you lose the challenge. And they'll sit for 2 hours and 59 minutes in the sun. I don't know, Mr. Breastburger rotted his brain. Holy shit.
Squid Games, it cost us $500,000, and Boys vs. Girls, it got a lot of people out. Ask James to know more.
Wait. The reason why he doesn't want people to stay in the sun for 3 hours is because it gets a lot of people out?
Well, have I got stories about people you kept out in the sun for days.
Holy shit. Every time a new MrBeast video comes out exposing the man, it just gets worse. It opens the floodgates further. Oh, God. And your favorite chaotic neutral mastermind, will be here to shit on everyone. Definitely subscribe for future shit.
We'll come back to that later. Also, when he says, ask James to know more, he's referring to an employee called James Warren. You'll probably be hearing this name a lot more in the future, and I'll be covering stories involving him.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
As well. Here's another thought. I'd rather you be honest with each other than nice to each other.
That's definitely... Honestly, I prefer when people are honest with me than nice to me. So I respect that. Maybe not great for workplace culture, but I respect that. I prefer honesty over fake kindness.
I also believe in honesty. I'm a big fan of it, but...
Don't say, but you could be both. All right, that's not the assignment.
Did you know you can be honest and respectful?
Cringe! Boo! Boo!
At the same time.
We're talking about both, all right? Listen. Listen, we're talking about both. Obviously, you could either say, oh yes, your mustache doesn't whistle when you talk. Or you could say, I was gonna say something wildly inappropriate. Let's keep going.
You don't have to be honest and mean to someone. You can.
No one says you have to be mean to them. But when someone tells you, what do you think of my mustache? And you're like, ma'am, you need a shave. That might not be nice, but it is honest.
Do both. Again, the hypocrisy. Jimmy cannot take honesty. He can't take honest criticism. He can't take honest feedback. And if you are honest with him while working at his company, you will most likely be fired.
Yeah, but he's talking about honesty between employees, not talking about honesty to him. He wants his dick not just sucked, but worshipped. Okay? Listen.
Next random thing you should know is why I have said that Jimmy plays favorites and he truly cultivates a boys club, his favorite boys. Do not talk down to talent or
Dude, my chat's going crazy over the ma'am comment. Was that wrong somehow? Well, now I think that was fine. I could say that. Right?
do anything to make them feel like I need them to be happy and in good moods, and those boys are special to me.
What the fuck boys club mentality is this? Do not talk down to talent or do anything to make them feel like shit. I need them happy and in good moods. They're special to me. I feel like I'm actually watching like a fucking Meat Canyon animation.
Ideally, most talks with talent, parentheses, Chris, Carl, Chandler, and Nolan, go through me.
Like these are his besties. These are my favorite children, the ones that are on camera that the audience connects to.
Or Ollie, or Tyler, to avoid confusion amongst them. Another thought, we pivot a lot. Be ready to have everything flipped on its head at a moment's notice.
LOL.
LOL.
LOL. We might tell you to scrap the project you've been working on for the last 6 weeks, but that's just part of the gig. Sounds like a great time. Oh, yes.
As someone who's worked on many professional sets, to some degree, this can be true. Especially on location, you can run into factors that you didn't plan for correctly and you weren't prepared for. The ability to adapt and make changes on set is important as little problems arise. But,
True.
However, when it comes to people's safety, like on the Beast games, you can't just make changes last minute on the fly.
Okay, I don't know what's going on at Beast Games. She obviously has more info than I do over there.
At a production scale that large with that many people and have it be okay. And I've been talking to members of the crew who said that they were making changes minutes before some of these dangerous challenges and they were scared people were gonna get hurt and they
So guys, we didn't have time to retie the safety net. We'll be fine. No one will fall.
did. Oh, here's a great one. I want money spent to be shown on camera, ideally.
Now that's a philanthropist, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about. All money given to charity needs to be as good of a PR move as possible. If you are giving $10,000 to a homeless person, I expect $10,000 or more ad revenue from that act of selfless kindness.
If you're spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously think about it. And
that's insane. That's insane. Charity? Without having it on camera? Oh! What are you, C-tier?
this is why so many people say that he only does charity for camera, because if he can't film it, he doesn't want to do it. Pull all night.
Yeah, well, he's an A-tier person. He's not a C-tier person. What do you expect? You expect A-tier people to give money to charity without maximizing that shit? Get out of here, get out of here. C-tier mentality, get out of here. I guess I am C-tier. I give a lot of charity, by the way. I'm just saying that purely to flex. Don't trust a word I say without receipts.
Weeks before the shoot, so you don't have to days before the shoot.
What the fuck pay is this man paying them to pull all-nighters all the time? Like, this is actual slave labor. People go work for MrBeast because it's like a dream come true, and then it's like, surprise! You're becoming the main character of Gladiator today.
If you planned with adequate time, preparation, and staff, your staff wouldn't have to be doing all-nighters. Also,
yeah, but you'd have to pay for more people, and you might end up with some C-tier people in there, and they're poisonous, okay? You wouldn't understand.
the way he's worded it is that there's gonna be all-nighters no matter what. So it's either days before the shoot or weeks before. So he's encouraging people, don't sleep weeks before the shoot. And remember, you have to be working on multiple videos at the same time.
Obviously.
It pretty much sounds to me like you guys are always pulling all-nighters. And
I don't know, some C-tier mentality over here. C-tier mentality, what, you don't want to overwork your employees? Your employees aren't basically slaves with extra rights? Then your NDAs aren't good enough, lady.
You're heavily overworked. Here's the last Jimmy thought I'm gonna read. Never do anything that can make us look bad from a PR perspective.
Don't worry, Jimmy. You did a good job of that all by yourself. What? Never do anything that could make us look bad from a PR perspective. And that goes full circle.
Jimmy only cares about his image, and Jimmy can also not follow his own advice. If you download the document and read through it, they mention multiple times how important their PR image is.
No shit.
Not once in the entire document do they ever reference doing the right thing.
Bro, they're employees. He's not, I don't know why, in Jimmy's defense, okay, this is a document for his employees, okay? You need to tell your employees, listen, I don't want you to give me bad PR.
Page 28. The longer people watch, the better a video will do.
Right.
This is why I'm such a stickler about every single second of content.
I mean, that makes sense. That perfectly makes sense.
I wanted to pause and point this out
Okay.
because I see a lot of people, Jimmy fans, leaving comments saying, well, Jimmy didn't do that, his editors did this. And I want it to be very clear.
Is she still going on about the hide and go seek thing? She was in a hide and go seek game, and apparently she won 4th place, but she actually won 3rd place. They just edited to make her look like she won 4th place so that more famous YouTubers could win ahead of her or something like that. And she's been like salty about that for years now. That's like, I mean, come on, dude.
That Jimmy approves every single second of footage that goes onto his YouTube channel. He is obsessive, he is extremely involved, and nothing goes onto his channel without his approval. I've confirmed this with people who work on Jimmy's videos, and he has literally confirmed this in a document. On page 31, I wanted to point this out because Jimmy is very aware of his demographic and who his audience is.
Yeah.
It's very strategic, it's pointed.
Right.
He says, but despite saying that, at its core, if I had to describe it, I'd say the average MrBeast viewer is a teenage memer that likes video games. I'd like you to keep this in mind as more news comes out and unfolds. He is very aware that his audience is youth.
Well, no shit. What do you think? You have 60-year-olds watching children fight from ages 1 to 100? Bro, you think you have freaking 45-year-old guys sitting there and it's like, I wonder who would win, 100 boys with Rubik's Cubes or 100 girls with Rubik's Cubes? No shit, it's kids.
Page 34, it's okay for the boys to be childish. It's okay for boys to be boys.
Oh yeah, baby, boys club, MrBeast Boys Club, let's go.
The boys club is back, and here we are. If talent, he's referring to his best friends, wants to draw a dick on the whiteboard in a video or do something stupid, let them. Parentheses, assuming they know all the risks and aren't missing context on why it's not safe. People like when we are in our natural element of stupidity. Really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Boys be boys be idiots, people like idiots. Makes sense to me. I know what she's gonna say, it's a very boys club mentality and shit like that. But ultimately, the main cast are boys. That is the appeal. So, like, I get that.
This just shows the culture that he is intentionally building. He plays favorites, there is a boys club, and they are allowed to do things that other people aren't.
On videos, not like, oh, the boys, they could assault people. We don't care. We don't care. Right? No. Right? No. I saw there was a dog pack comment. Oh, it's a little earlier. Lamau. I used to be able to see the edit history of this document. It had dozens of edits since early 2022. Many of the edits are from Jimmy's mom. That's crazy. What the fuck? So this version is cleaned up from the original. Still paints a horrific picture of the culture there. It definitely is a boys club environment that encourages recklessness and harassment that makes women uncomfortable. See, that's very bad. That's very bad. That is incredibly bad. Okay? That's not let the boys be stupid making content. That is...
Your constant harassment of the female gender makes me sick.
Yes! Preach, King! Preach! Anyway, so it's not even a surprise that Beast game producers were allegedly allowed women to be assaulted during challenge. Allowed it? Didn't provide feminine hygiene products. Even stole women's underwear. Nicole Raffi just uploaded a podcast where she talks about her experience in a MrBeast video from 2 years ago where she struggled with the producers to get her prescribed birth control during a challenge. So this isn't a new problem either, and it certainly wasn't caused by the CrowdStrike outage. I also have proof that known perpetrators of sexual assault are kept on payroll. That's awful. Like, what is even going on?
Page 35. I want famous people in our videos. Next line. I can't even read this. We don't fake things.
He's such a fucking phony. He's such a fraud. What is going on, man? What? Are you kidding me? What the?
The absolute delusion.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, Jimmy. The majority of all your videos are faked. And yes, there is a range of the authenticity. Some of the videos do have some authenticity to them, but overall, they are fake. Creator Games 3 was not authentic. Logan Paul did not.
Oh my god, she's still on the hide and seek thing. She's still on the hide and seek thing. Well, technically true. He did fake the videos. All right.
A second. You can't fake intensity and
of course Logan Paul got the bump. Bro and Logan Paul are literally sucking from the same teats.
videos. Really?
You can't fake intensity? Is that what he said?
You can't fake intensity in videos.
He adds explosion sound effects every 4 seconds.
Really? Really, Jimmy? What's this?
We literally found him 1 minute before Zach.
Bro, there's more than the hide and seek video that is not damning. Oh my god! She is so petty. It's kind of hilarious, honestly. I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. She deserves all the pettiness, but oh my god, that's not the thing. Oh.
We literally found Logan Paul.
Bro, in the boys versus girls video, he actually rigged the competition. That is so much worse than putting someone in 3rd place and 4th place when there was no cash prize.
That never happened. Fake. The document ends with talking about your career at MrBeast. If you've made it this far, you're probably at least semi-interested in this being your career. So I wanted to chat about it. Because if you're ambitious and want to dedicate your life to work, you pick the best.
Dedicate your life. Sasageo, Sasageo, Shinzo Sasageo. Are you joining the fucking scouting troops in Attack on Titan, or are you dedicating your life to freaking Mr. Breast? It's crazy what he thinks that you are literally subservient to him.
Company in America to do it at.
Yeah, the best company in America. Unless you're a C-tier employee, in which case we will use you as props.
A delusion. I would love to see the benefits of the best company in America. I would love to see the policies about your maternity leave, paternity leave, paid time off, which it doesn't seem like working for you is encouraged ever. And from what I'm hearing, you don't even like.
Those are C-tier problems. Having children, C-tier person. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here with your C-tier mentality. Get out of here to solitary confinement.
People taking holidays off, such as Christmas. This sounds like the worst.
Christmas? C-tier mentality, get out of here!
Worst company.
Antichrist allegations getting here, coming on even stronger than before.
Need to work for in America to me. If you want to become a production manager, tell James your intention and ask him why you suck. And
ask him why you suck. Not if you suck, but why you suck.
How you can become better. Seriously, he will give you a list of things that you need to improve to become what we need, and if you actually listen and master those things, we will give you a shot at the role. Parentheses, only problem is most people think they are better than they really are.
Okay, listen, we want you to have self-esteem, but we don't want you to have too much self-esteem. Okay? We want to make sure you recognize you are actually kind of irrelevant here. I'm not gonna lie. You are ultimately disposable.
And don't take seriously when we give them things to improve and then wonder why they never move up. I actually agree with Jimmy here. I do think that some people think that they're better than they are and that they don't take things seriously to improve.
What do you mean? MrBeast literally sues all the people that wronged him. Is that not taking it seriously?
This isn't a stepping stone. This is your final destination.
What the fuck? That's what people call cemeteries. A cemetery is your final destination.
All I can think about are the horror films, so moving forward. Now, read this all over again because I guarantee you didn't retain enough.
True. You probably didn't retain enough, guys.
I literally love that he ends his document by getting in one more jab to the new employees who are reading through this. Now read it again because I guarantee that you're an idiot. Read it again because I guarantee you couldn't retain something. Like just throwing an insult in there and talking down to people. A lot of people can read something and retain it.
I disagree, okay? All right? Not if you're C-class. Get out of here! Get out of here!
Projection much? All of that just barely scratches the surface of what's in here, so I will be posting the whole thing on my Twitter, so if you'd like to read through it, you can. To me, working for MrBeast sounds very toxic and dangerous. It's a boys' club where everyone is overworked. It is almost cult-like.
The constant harassment of the female gender makes me sick.
Someone who cares about the work and not about the people.
Listen, just because Jimmy feels superior, it doesn't mean he isn't superior. Maybe he just is superior.
To end the video, I wanted to read some quotes, excerpts from an article written by the...
Now, before the article, let me just say, because we don't want working at MrBeast to be a stepping stone in any way, I wanted to take this moment to give a dedicated shout out to Jake Weddle, who used to work for MrBeast. MrBeast didn't let him promote his own shit, so I am shouting him out right now. Check out Jake Weddle. He was an employee of MrBeast. He was tortured, the poor man. Check him out. Congratulations, Jake. MrBeast was a stepping stone for you.
The Rolling Stones and a journalist who visited Jimmy in person at his company in North Carolina. I'll be posting the link to the article down below if you'd like to read the entire thing. Quote, Donaldson says he doesn't give a f*** about money and plans to give it all away before he dies. Quote, I don't want to live my life chasing the next shiny object to the next shiny object. He says this as we drive around in his Tesla Model X. This is the journalist pointing out the hypocrisy.
I mean, listen, I have a Tesla, and it's a great car. And I'm not trying to flex here or anything, but it is funny. But I'm not going to make believe that it's not pricey. All right, get out of here.
It's a sad, miserable way to go about life. I agree with you, Jimmy. It is. His assistant, a model handsome Utah transplant named Steele, says that prior to his hiring and Donaldson's ex-girlfriend redesigning his kitchen, YouTube's biggest star had lawn chairs in his living room and mattresses on the floor. I don't give a shit about looks, Donaldson says. I just care about functionality.
Yeah.
Yet he also seems to be fixated on how much some shiny objects cost, pointing out that his custom-built double-sided refrigerator, which he had made so his chef could deliver meals from the outside without disturbing him, was 50 grand to install.
I live on lawn chairs and mattresses on the floor because I don't like doing things that are expensive. I just respect functionality. Also, that's my $50,000 fridge because I don't want to see my private chef when he when he makes my food. Oh, Lord. Actual sociopath shit. Oh, my God.
So he literally paid 50.
See, I also believe in functionality. The reason why I have a Tesla is because, A, it's just a good-ass car. It has good cameras. It's fun to drive. It's nice. I don't have to pay for gas. Very convenient and shit. Yes, it was pricey, but it was worth it, ultimately. I don't have figurines and stuff and random stuff everywhere all over the place because I don't buy shit in general. I am relatively minimalist. I don't buy shit. When I do, I buy good quality shit. That's just how my brain works. You won't buy a laptop with all the keys working, but you'll buy a Tesla. Shut up! You see, I don't need the R key. I do not need the R key. You could get around the R key, goddammit. God!
$50,000 so that he wouldn't have to see his private chef deliver some meals to him. Perhaps the greatest threat to MrBeast's family-friendly brand was in 2021 investigation by the New York Times that quoted several former employees alleging that Donaldson had fostered a toxic work environment, screaming at workers, forcing them to work long hours, and
oh, don't worry. You can tell me when you make a mistake. I don't fire people on the spot, proceeds to scream at workers.
Calling them slurs. Two of the former MrBeast editors.
You see, I can't even call people slurs because I don't have the R key. Let's fucking go. Nux W, we take those.
Editors who spoke out against him, Nate Anderson and Matt Turner, deleted the videos they'd posted about their experiences because of the harassment they got from MrBeast fans.
God damn. This is like actual toxic shit.
Direct quote from MrBeast. Jimmy, I want to be the biggest YouTube channel ever, he says. Not even for my ego.
I want to be the biggest, the baddest, the bestest, the great, not for my ego, I promise. Yes, it has nothing to do with ego that I want to be the biggest YouTube channel. Yeah, it's purely for functionality. It's so I could pay off for my double-sided fridge. It comes with a chef. The chef has is chained his leg to the fridge.
I don't know. I just want it. It gives me something to strive for, to get out of bed and grind for. But it's also just vanity.
Vanity is ego! It's not for my ego. It's just for my vanity.
Which is ego.
Oh,
I wanted to read this section of the article because I noticed online that a lot of MrBeast fans are harassing MrBeast's ex-girlfriend, Maddie. I thought this would be interesting for you guys to hear. This article came out after they split up. He recently split from lifestyle influencer Maddie, who has appeared in a handful of his videos. And those in his circle told me that Maddie had been a positive influence, forcing Donaldson to prioritize work-life balance more. Donaldson did not want to comment on the record about the breakup, yet Tyson, which is Chris...
No. Yet Tyson, and it's like, oh, fucking kill me.
Tyson, who was his best friend for his entire life and roommate. Yet Tyson says Donaldson's singular focus on work was a major contributing factor. Quote, I think that's what he's going to be looking for next. Someone who can match his obsession with business and money. All that kind of stuff. Now, normal.
So Mr. Breast threw away a possible wonderful life with a wonderful girl. Not for ego, but for vanity. Yikes.
Normally when you have a breakup, your best friends are the first people to villainize an ex.
Nope, not Chris Tyson, ladies and gentlemen. Not Chris Tyson. Oh my god.
But that is not what...
Bro pulled a Griffith, discarded his girlfriend to keep climbing higher towards the God hand.
What happened in this situation. His best friends are saying that she had a positive influence in his life. She helped him have a more healthy and normal work-life balance.
He was a little too healthy for his taste. He couldn't keep up. Listen, his girlfriend would not let him lock anyone up in solitary confinement. God, women, am I right? Not letting you violate the Geneva Convention, even when they sign an NDA. God.
They have all said positive things about her. She's a sweetheart. For today's video, I just want to read one last section from the Rolling Stones article. The one word that those in Donaldson's orbit used to describe him is obsessive. He has a tendency to fixate on one thing at the expense of all other subjects. There's a 5-year point of my life where I just relentlessly, unhealthily obsessed with studying virality, studying the YouTube algorithm, he says. I woke up, I would Uber Eats food, and then I would sit on my computer all day just studying non-stop with other YouTubers. There was also a Settlers of Catan phase that's led to Donaldson's assistant buying at least 5 copies of the strategy game a month, so there'd always be...
What? 5 copies of Settlers of Catan a month?
Fresh ones lying around.
Huh? Okay, Settlers of Catan is the greatest board game ever made. Not tabletop games, board games specifically. All right, Settlers of Catan, great game. But 5 copies a month? How many expansions are there?
Donaldson relishes the strategy and machinations it demands deadpanning. I'm great at lying.
He says I'm great at lying. That's how he wraps up the interview. Oh, Jimothy Breast, what have you become? What have you become? Yeah, ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, MrBeast is probably the Terminator, in my opinion, allegedly. Allegedly the Terminator. Stay weird, fam. If you made it to the end, click one of these 2 videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on King. Stay weird, fam.